Want to supercharge your brain and stay sharp for life? In just 30 seconds, discover how exercise can boost your memory, focus, and even make you a superager, backed by cutting-edge science. Stick around for game-changing workout tips you'll wish you knew sooner. Welcome to an exhilarating deep dive into the transformative power of exercise on your brain. If you've ever wondered how your workouts can do more than just sculpt your body, how they can sharpen your mind, boost your memory, and even help you defy aging, this is the episode for you. I'm Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist and professor at Stanford School of Medicine, and today we're unraveling the science behind exercise and brain health. Buckle up, because we're about to explore cutting-edge research, practical tools, and mind-blowing insights that will not only change how you view your workouts but also inspire you to hit the gym, track, or yoga mat with a renewed sense of purpose. Let's make your brain as fit as your body and drive some serious traffic to this video by delivering value you can't resist sharing. Why exercise is your brain's best friend. Exercise isn't just about getting stronger, leaner, or faster. It's a superpower for your brain. From enhancing your ability to learn and remember to protecting your mind against the ravages of time, physical activity is one of the most potent tools we have for optimizing mental performance and longevity. Whether you're a student cramming for exams, a professional juggling deadlines, or someone looking to stay sharp into their golden years, exercise can be your secret weapon. The science is staggering. Tens of thousands of peer-reviewed studies show that exercise, in its many forms, boosts brain function in both short-term, think sharper focus today, and the long-term, a healthier, more resilient brain years from now. But with so much research out there, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Don't worry, I've sifted through the data to bring you a clear, actionable framework that ties together the neurobiological and hormonal mechanisms behind these benefits. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what types of exercise to do, when to do them, and why they work, so you can customize your workouts to supercharge your mind. Oh, and here's a teaser to keep you hooked. We're going to talk about a brain region that could make you a superager, someone whose mind stays razor sharp even as the years pile on. Plus, I'll share a personal confession about the one exercise I hate doing but am committing to in 2025 to boost my brain power. Stick around, share this video with your friends, and let's get your brain firing on all cylinders. The science of exercise and brain health. A quick overview before we dive into the nitty-gritty. Let's set the stage. Exercise impacts your brain in two primary ways. Acute effects. These are the immediate boosts you get in focus, memory, and cognitive flexibility right after a workout. Ever notice how you feel sharper or more energized after a run or lifting session? That's your brain reaping the rewards of exercise in real time. Chronic effects. These are the long-term benefits that accumulate over weeks, months, and years of regular exercise. Think better memory retention, a bigger hippocampus, the brain's memory hub, and a brain that resists age-related decline. The beauty of exercise is that it works for everyone, young or old, athlete or beginner. Whether you're sprinting for 6 seconds or jogging for an hour, the right workouts can enhance your brain's ability to learn new skills, recall information, and even think more creatively. And the best part, you don't need to overhaul your life to see results. We'll break down the science into practical, bite-sized protocols you can start today. The two pillars of exercise, cardio and resistance training. To understand how exercise transforms your brain, we need to categorize the types of physical activity studied in the literature. Most research focuses on two main pillars: cardiovascular exercise, high-intensity interval training HIIT, short, intense bursts of activity, like 6-second sprints or 4-minute all-out efforts followed by rest. These get your heart rate soaring and deliver rapid brain benefits. Long, slow-distance LSD or Zone 2 cardio, moderate, steady state activities like jogging, cycling, or swimming for 30-60 minutes, where you can still hold a conversation. These are fantastic for long-term brain health. Moderate intensity cardio, somewhere in between, like a 20-30-minute jog or bike ride at a steady pace. Resistance training, compound movements, exercises like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, or pull-ups that work multiple joints and Muscle groups, these are staples in studies showing brain benefits. Isolation exercises, single, joint movements like leg extensions or bicep curls. Surprisingly, even simple exercises like single, leg extensions, yes, just kicking one leg up while seated, can improve brain function, especially in older adults or non-athletes. Why do these distinctions matter? Because different exercises trigger unique physiological responses that communicate with your brain in specific ways. By mixing and matching these, you can target both immediate cognitive boosts and long-term brain health. Let's explore how. The magic of arousal. Why exercise makes you sharper. Here's the $1,000,000 question. How does exercise make your brain work better? The answer lies in a single word that's going to change how you think about your workouts. Arousal. No, not that kind of arousal. This is about your autonomic nervous system kicking into high gear, making you more alert, focused, and ready to learn. When you exercise, your body undergoes a cascade of changes that signal to your brain, hey, it's time to wake up. Your heart rate spikes, your blood pressure rises, and a flood of neurochemicals like adrenaline, epinephrine, norepinephrine, and dopamine surges through your system. These chemicals don't just make you feel energized, they prime your brain for learning and memory. The science behind arousal and learning. To unpack this, let's dive into a fascinating study from Larry Cahill's lab at UC Irvine, titled Enhanced Memory Consolidation with Post-Learning Stress. Interaction with the degree of arousal at encoding. Link in the description. This study, along with others, shows that elevating autonomic arousal, whether during or after learning, supercharges your ability to remember information. Here's how it works. During learning encoding, when you're exposed to new material, say, studying for a test or learning a new skill, a spike in arousal via adrenaline or cortisol helps your brain encode that information more effectively. Your hippocampus, the brain's memory hub, lights up, making those new connections stick. After learning consolidation, even more surprisingly, boosting arousal after you've learned something enhances memory consolidation. In studies, researchers used tools like the cold pressor test, dipping your arm in ice water for 1-3 minutes to spike cortisol and adrenaline post-learning, and participants remembered more details with greater clarity. This is why exercise is such a game changer, whether you work out before, during, or after studying. The arousal it generates acts like a turbocharger for your brain. For example, pre-workout learning, hit the books, then hit the gym, the post-study exercise. Induced arousal via adrenaline and norepinephrine locks in what you've learned. Mid-workout learning, yes, some studies have people learning while on a treadmill. The heightened arousal during exercise enhances focus and memory encoding. Post-workout learning, exercise first, then study. The lingering arousal from your workout primes your brain to absorb new information. Practical takeaway: timing is flexible. The beauty of this arousal effect is its flexibility. If you're a morning person, do a quick workout before your workday or study session to ride that wave of alertness. If you're crunched for time until evening, exercise after learning to consolidate those memories. The key is to get your heart pumping and your brain buzzing within a reasonable time frame of your learning session. The brain-body connection, how your organs talk to your mind. Exercise doesn't just rev up your brain through arousal. It triggers a symphony of communication between your body and mind. Your heart, muscles, bones, and even your liver play starring roles in this dialogue, releasing molecules and signals that enhance brain function. Let's break down the key players. 1. The heart, pumping blood and alertness. When you exercise, your heart rate climbs, delivering more blood, and thus more oxygen, glucose, and nutrients to your brain. This increased cerebral blood flow is like giving your brain a shot of espresso. But it's not just about fuel delivery. Your heart also sends neural signals to your brain via the vagus nerve, a two-way communication highway that links your body to your mind. Here's how it works. Exercise triggers adrenaline release from your adrenal glands, those little powerhouses above your kidneys. Adrenaline doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier, but it activates receptors on the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve signals to a brain region called the nucleus tractus solitarius NTS, which then pings the locus coeruleus, a tiny area that sprinkles norepinephrine across your brain like a neurochemical confetti cannon. Norepinephrine ramps up alertness, focus, and attention, making your brain primed for learning. This heart-brain pathway explains why you feel so energized and focused. After a workout, it's not just physical, it's neurological, too. The bones, releasing brain, boosting hormones. Your bones aren't just a scaffold, they're endocrine organs that release hormones during exercise. One standout is osteocalcin, a molecule that's been making waves in neuroscience. Studies from Columbia University and others show that when your bones experience mechanical stress like during jumping or weight-bearing exercise, they release osteocalcin into your bloodstream. This hormone crosses the blood-brain barrier and works its magic on the hippocampus, promoting growth of neurons, neurogenesis, stronger connections between neurons, enhanced memory formation and retention. Osteocalcin also boosts brain-derived neurotrophic factor BDNF, a protein that acts like fertilizer for your brain, strengthening synapses and protecting against age-related decline. The kicker: to maximize osteocalcin release, you need exercises that load your skeleton, like jumping or resistance training with controlled landings. 3. The muscles. Lactate as a brain fuel. When you push your muscles hard, think HIIT or heavy lifting, they produce lactate, not just a byproduct of fatigue, but a powerful signaling molecule. Lactate does 3 incredible things for your brain: acts as a fuel. Neurons prefer lactate over glucose during intense exercise, sparing glucose for later cognitive tasks. This is why you often feel mentally sharp after a tough workout. Suppresses appetite. Lactate signals to the hypothalamus, reducing hunger signals. Ever notice you're less ravenous right after a hard workout? That's lactate at work. Boosts BDNF. Lactate triggers the release of BDNF, enhancing brain plasticity and memory. Plus, lactate stimulates vascular endothelial growth factor VEGF, which strengthens the blood-brain barrier, a critical shield that keeps harmful substances out and maintains brain health. 4. The liver and beyond. Your liver also gets in on the action, communicating with your brain via neural pathways and hormones to adjust energy metabolism. Even your diaphragm, which controls breathing during exercise, sends signals to your brain about your respiratory rate, further fine-tuning arousal and focus. The takeaway: exercise isn't just moving your body, it's a full-body orchestra that rewires your brain for peak performance. 5. Must do exercises for supercharged brain. Now that we understand the why and how, let's get to the what. Based on the science, here are 5 types of exercise you should incorporate into your weekly routine to maximize brain health and performance. These aren't just good for your mind, they'll also boost your physical fitness and overall vitality. 1. Long slow distance zone 2 cardio. What? A 45-75-minute session of moderate intensity cardio where you can still talk but might struggle to sing. Think jogging, cycling, swimming, or hiking with a weight vest. Why? Zone 2 cardio enhances cerebral blood flow, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your brain. It also supports cardiovascular health, which is crucial for long-term brain function. Studies show that regular LSD training slows age-related cognitive decline and boosts memory. How? Aim for at least 1 session per week. If running isn't your thing, try a stationary bike or a brisk walk. The key is consistency and sustainability. Pick something you enjoy and can do safely. 2. High-intensity interval training. HIIT. What? Short bursts of all-out effort, e.g. 6-second sprints or 4-minute max efforts followed by rest. Examples include sprinting on a bike, running, or doing burpees. Why? HIIT spikes arousal, floods your brain with norepinephrine and dopamine, and increases cerebral blood flow. Studies, like the influence of acute sprint interval training on cognitive performance in healthy younger adults, a link in description, show that even 6-second sprints can boost memory and executive function. Plus, HIIT triggers lactate production, which fuels neurons and enhances BDNF. How? Do 1 HIIT session per week. Try 6x6-second sprints with 1-min it rests, or a 4x4 protocol, 4 minutes all out, 4 minutes rest. Repeat 4 times. Start small to avoid injury and don't overdo it. 2 HIIT sessions in a day can reduce cerebral blood flow and impair cognition. 3. Time under tension resistance training. What? Resistance exercises, body weight, free weights, or machines where you focus on slow, controlled muscle contractions. Think lowering a dumbbell slowly or pausing mid-squat to maximize muscle engagement. Why? Time under tension strengthens nerve-to-muscle connections, releasing molecules like IGF-1 and BDNF that support brain health. It also enhances focus by demanding mental concentration on muscle being worked. How? Dedicate at least 1/3 of your resistance training to time under tension. For example, during a shoulder press, lift the weight quickly, lower it over 3-4 seconds, and pause briefly before the next rep. Do this for 2-3 sets per exercise, 1-2 times per week. 4. Explosive jumping with eccentric control. What? Exercises that involve jumping and controlled landings like box jumps, jump rope with high knees, or double dares. The key is to load your skeleton safely. Why? Jumping triggers osteocalcin release from your bones, which boosts hippocampal function. And BDNF. Controlled landings also improve coordination and reduce fall risk, a major cause of age-related disability. How? Add 5-10 minutes of jumping at the end of a cardio or resistance session, 1-2 times per week. Start with low-impact options, e.g., jumping on a mat, and progress slowly. Avoid injury. If you're new to jumping, try skipping rope for 30 seconds at a time, focusing on soft landings. 5. The exercise you hate but must do. What? Pick one exercise you dread but can do safely, something that challenges you mentally and physically. For me, it's rope flow, a coordinated movement where you twirl a thick rope in precise patterns. Think dog leash or hardware store rope, not jump rope. It's tough, it's humbling, and I don't love it yet. Why? This is about activating your anterior mid-cingulate cortex AMCC, a brain region linked to grit, willpower, and superaging. Studies like Lisa Feldman Barrett's The Tenacious Brain, link in description, show that the MCC grows when you push through challenges you'd rather avoid. Superagers, people whose brains stay youthful into old age, have larger, more active AMCC. Doing something you hate safely builds this resilience hub, enhancing cognitive flexibility and longevity. How? Commit to 1 session per week of your hated exercise. For me, it's 10-15 minutes of rope flow after a workout. Pick something that's hard but doable. Maybe it's yoga, swimming, or hill sprints. Share your choice in the comments below, and let's inspire each other to embrace the suck, the dark side of inactivity. Why you can't afford to skip workouts. Here's a sobering fact. If you stop exercising for just 10 days, your brain starts to suffer. Studies on athletes forced to detrain show significant drops in brain oxygenation and other markers of brain health after this short period. This isn't just about losing muscle, it's about your brain losing its edge. The good news, you can reverse this quickly by getting back to exercise. If you're new to fitness, start small with our foundational fitness protocol, available at hubermanlab.com, zero cost. It includes a balanced mix of cardio and resistance training, ramping up gradually to prevent injury. If you're already active but miss a week due to illness or travel, don't sweat it. Just ease back in. The key is consistency over time to keep your brain thriving. Sleep, the ultimate brain booster exercise, doesn't work in isolation. It's amplified by sleep. Numerous studies show that sleep mediates many of exercise's brain benefits, from memory consolidation to emotional resilience. Rapid eye movement REM sleep, in particular, is critical for locking in new learning and unloading emotional stress. Pro tips: exercise early for better sleep. Morning HIIT or cardio boosts REM and deep sleep, enhancing learning and memory. Combine with morning sunlight exposure and moderate caffeine if you use it for maximum effect. One bed night exercise anyway. If you miss a night of sleep, a moderate workout can offset cognitive deficits. Just avoid overly intense sessions to protect your immune system. Sleep resources: check out our sleep episodes with Dr. Matthew Walker, or our neural network newsletter Huberman Lab. Zero. Cost protocols on optimizing sleep. Your 2025 brain boosting action plan ready to put this into action. Here's how to design your week for a sharper, healthier brain. Schedule your workouts. Monday, Zone 2 Cardio 45-60 min jog or cycle. Wednesday, Heat 6x6 sec sprints or 4x4 protocol. Friday, resistance training with time under tension, e.g., slow squats or presses. Saturday, explosive jumping 10 min box jumps or jump rope. Sunday, your hated exercise, e.g., my rope flow or your personal nemesis. Stay safe, progress slowly, especially with jumping or new movements. Avoid injury. Consult a trainer or doctor if you're unsure. Track your progress. Notice how your focus, memory, and mood improve after workouts. Keep a journal or share your wins in the comments. Sleep well. Prioritize 6-9 hours of quality sleep nightly to amplify exercise's benefits. Join the challenge in the comments on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple. Share the exercise you hate but will commit to in 2025. Let's build our MCC together and become superagers.